Major news from Bernie Sanders yesterday. He went on CNN State of the Union in the wake of yet another embarrassing failure by Republicans to repeal Obamacare. Bernie Sanders is saying he will be introducing a single-payer health care bill in the Senate. Here he is explaining it to Jake Tapper.
We're going to introduce a single-payer health care plan literally as soon as we're through with the Republican health care debate. It seems like we're through, and the Obamacare repeal effort has collapsed. Are you going to introduce single-payer?
Absolutely. Of course we are. We're just, we're tweaking the final points of the bill, and we're figuring out how we can mount a national campaign to bring people together. Right. Here's where we are, Jake, and it's important for Americans to understand this.
Please.
We are the only major country on earth, the only one, not to guarantee health care to all people. The result is 28 million people who are uninsured, millions of people who are paying deductibles and co-payments that are far too high. And if the Republicans had gotten their way, there would have been another 30 or 32 million people thrown off of health insurance.
It's great to introduce a bill, particularly one that I agree with. I do have to break it to Bernie and to everybody else that introducing a bill is very different than the Democratic Party taking on single-payer health care or Medicare for all as part of their platform. Case in point, House Democrats have been introducing some version of this past January's H.R. 676 Medicare for All bill for a long time, and it is barely a blip on any radar. You might know about it from independent news sources. I've been talking about it, but it's a non-starter because no significant portion of the Democratic Party is united behind it. Now, this will be some kind of a Medicare for All proposal. Some people don't get why that's an attractive path versus a new single-payer system. The general idea is we have Medicare already. So you've got the infrastructure in place. All you do is change the age requirement, right? You say instead of having to be 65, you can be 0 and be part of the Medicare system. And then you separately pass legislation for its funding. As a general thing, when you adapt an existing system, it's simpler, faster, and less expensive than creating a brand new system. You could probably get this done. The legislation could be done in weeks, never mind months. A new system would take a very, very long time. I support this, but it is mostly a non-starter, although I say cheers to Bernie Sanders, and I hope it gets more attention. It's certainly not going to pass with Republicans controlling the House, Senate, and the White House, but the most powerful thing that Democrats could do is make this a part of the platform, make it a part of the official platform, and campaign on this.
It's obviously not going to pass, but what I think the good that would come out of this would be you get some of those Democrats on record, because a lot of them are running away from this issue. They don't want to speak on if they support Medicare for all or not. And now it'll be up to a vote. People are going to know where they stand on it.
That's the biggest advantage of this, right? Which is we will be potentially able to get, and remember, just introducing a bill doesn't mean that you will ultimately have a vote on it. We've got a lot of steps here, but you could potentially get Senate Democrats on the record who don't support this. It's not going to pass, right? We know it's not going to pass under the current House and Senate control by Republicans and Donald Trump in the White House. So therefore, this is a good opportunity for Democrats who want this to vote yes in order to be able to tout their I supported Medicare for all credentials to their constituents. If you still vote no on a totally safe vote in the sense that it will never actually pass, then you really must not want this. And many corporate Democrats probably don't want this because the insurance industry, we talk about here's issues where Republicans and Democrats are very similar, and here's issues where Republicans and Democrats are very different. The funding from health insurance companies is pretty ubiquitous and widespread, and this could be really useful in figuring out who's actually on the side of this among the Democrats.
I do have to play devil's advocate here, though, because it does sound a little bit to me like Republicans voting to repeal Obamacare 61 times and spending millions of dollars on it, knowing that Obama himself would veto the bill.
Yeah.
Is this a little bit of the same thing?
It's a fair criticism in that it's not going to pass. So the value of introducing the bill is pretty limited, other than for Bernie Sanders as saying, I officially support this. That's exactly why I think the value is make it part of the Democratic platform. Medicare for all, it's a strong position, and negotiate from that as opposed to, as I've said many times, Obama's public option would be kind of nice. Oh, no? Okay, then we'll get rid of it. And that doesn't mean Obamacare didn't do some good things. It certainly doesn't change the reality that Obamacare reinforced the employer-connected for-profit insurance system that we have. But putting that aside, make this your platform, Democrats. Already, many people discussing this on our Reddit discussion forum, where nearly 4,000 of our viewers and listeners are regularly discussing politics. Go to davidpakman.com/Reddit. Join the discussion. I'm thrilled that today's program is supported by Tagadab, the hosting specialists, offering whatever type of hosting package is good for your business or project. This includes dedicated and virtual private server solutions, cloud server options, which are increasingly popular, as well as custom server solutions. Tagadab's web hosting services support a really broad range of customers and businesses around the world. And this includes bloggers, tech startups, traders in finance, gamers, web developers, really whatever you can think of. And you can scale their cloud servers up or down to meet the particular needs of your business and to also cut costs by only paying for what you use. You can save 20 British pounds, a little over 20 US dollars, on cloud server options by going to signup.tagadab.com/TDPS and using the coupon code TDPS20. That's signup.tagadab.com/TDPS. The discount code, all one word, all lowercase, TDPS20. Check it out.